Okay, so now I want to tell you about my Yom Kippur experience. Well, first of all, actually, what I forgot to say in the Rosh Hashanah one is that actually I had my work conference was on the Thursday and Friday, and Rosh Hashanah was actually on Monday and Tuesday. So this job I've been doing all summer, the last few days in the run up to the conference, I actually couldn't do anything because I was in shul. It was a little bit stressful, but it was fine. Like I'd set everything up in advance, and it was all going really well. And then the conference actually happened on Thursday and Friday, and it all went really, really well. It was very strange to not actually be there and just be sort of like checking in on my emails and WhatsApps with everyone going, is everything going okay? Is everything all right? Is the food all there? Whatever. But yeah, so it was a big relief for that to be finished now. It's been a really good job, actually. Very grateful to have had it. And I've still got loads of follow-up to do now, the thank you emails and the, budget, reconciliations and things like that. But mostly now the pressure's off, which is really good. So now we've also just had Yom Kippur, and oh my God, it was such an amazing experience. So I know I was feeling a bit, maybe a bit strange about being in Israel, not with my family for Rosh Hashanah. But actually, I don't know, we kind of got the hang. We did Yom Kippur really well, and I really, really enjoyed it. So basically, I call Yom Kippur, we did the festival of 500 shuls. So we decided to try out lots of different shuls for Yom Kippur. We thought it would be nice to go to the Great Synagogue, which is on Allenby, sort of further south in Tel Aviv. It's this enormous, big, old synagogue called the Great Synagogue. So it looks very impressive and imposing. So we thought we would go there for Kol Nidre, which is the evening prayers, sort of when you bring in the festival on the night before. So we actually decided to walk there. But before that, we had to start the fast. So this was a whole big thing, like what we're going to do to start the fast, break the fast. So in the end, Lucy and Lee said that they would like to host starting the fast. So me and Emma went there, and we had really nice dinner. And then we walked to the Great Synagogue, which takes about 40 minutes. And it was just, the streets were empty, and it was totally quiet, and the air was like warm but not too warm. Anyway, so we went to shul, and actually it wasn't that great a service. It was not very busy. We thought there'd be a big choir there, and there actually wasn't. But we did manage to make friends with this woman in front of us who is like also from London and had her daughter here, and we had a whole chit chat with her, and then we were like, oh, let's meet up and change numbers. And we couldn't, obviously, because it was Yom Tov. So we remembered her name, and we were like, we're going to add you on Facebook. And she was like, do you have anywhere to go? Do you need to come to me for Shabbat or to eat? And we were like, oh, that's so kind of you. We've sorted ourselves out. But it was just so nice. Anyway, so then we had this walk home, and it was just magical. So let me tell you, Yom Kippur in Israel is called Chag HaAvnayim, like Festival of Bicycles, because it basically, the traffic, all cars stop. There's no driving on the road. And we had lots of conversations about whether we thought it was a law or just everyone does it. And no one really knew the answer. But basically, the roads are completely clear. So what this means is that every two-wheeled object, like not a motorized object that you can ever imagine, was on the road. And you just walk in the middle of the street, and there are just kids everywhere on scooters and bicycles and trucks and whatever you can imagine. And it's like late, it's 10 o'clock at night, and everyone is out. And then also every single dog in Tel Aviv is now out as well, and off the lead, most of them, because it's just completely safe. And it was like this massive street party going on, but it wasn't really a party. It was just, I don't know, a gathering, and everyone was just in a great mood. And it was amazing. So we're really pleased that we were at the Great Synagogue. So we had this long walk home, and actually we got to Habima Theatre, and there were kids all with chalk, like drawing pictures on the road. So we were like, we want to draw a picture as us. We went and asked. We borrowed some chalk, and we like wrote our names. And then we were like, oh, we want to take a picture, but we couldn't because it's Yom Tov. And then this other man was like, oh, well, I'll take it for you, and then you can, text it to yourself. So we were like, okay, that's a compromise. So we took a picture, And then, like, he just gave us his phone. He's like, yeah, just send it to yourself. He wanders off for a bit, and it's like he's just left us with his phone. But we're like four girls that have just come from shul and aren't using our own phone. So I guess he thought it was safe. Anyway, so we sent the picture to ourselves and walked home, and it was just brilliant. So went to bed pretty late, actually, by the time we got back. And then got up and we went to, oh my God, which shul did we go to? 126, I think, which is the main shul that like all like our other friends and sort of young people go to. So that was really nice. Went there in the morning. And then everyone has different ideas about what they do on Yom Kippur, like when they have a shluff, if they like to go for a walk, and we were all trying to coordinate what to do. But it was nice. So we saw Rebecca and Mickey and Ruchi when we went to 126, and Simeon, and we were all like, oh, chat. And then in the break, I went home. I like to have a nap. So I went home for a shluff. And then we all agreed to meet back, and we went to, where did we go next? Did we go to Frischman? I think we went to Frischman Shul next. And then we went somewhere else, and I'm literally having a mind blank. Anyway, we ended up going to 4 different synagogues like throughout the day because we didn't know where we wanted to be for Neila for the last service. But actually, where we went was quite far away. So we decided actually it'd be better to do half the service there and then walk back up to 126 to finish there and finish with everyone. But the service at Frischman was amazing. The choir there was amazing. You could not get in, like it was packed. People were like spilling out of the door. We finally managed to get upstairs to the ladies' galleries, and there were like actually loads and loads of chairs, but you couldn't see anything because it's not really designed as a ladies' gallery properly. And it was just chaos, but in a great, great way. And all day long, we were just walking in the roads, like in and out, like just carefree. And it was just like such a special time. It felt very special, very spiritual. And I have to say, I was nervous about fasting and not drinking in the heat. And it was hot. But I don't know, I just walked everywhere really slowly so that I didn't get overheated. And I think I was just having such a great time going to all these different shuls, being with my new friends, like walking in the road. And actually, I found it really fine. And I had felt very spiritual and just felt very happy to be in Israel. And then when we went back to 126 to finish Neila, we obviously could not get seats at this point, but we were just standing. And then at the end of the service, they like blew the shofar to like sound the end. And then they sang the Hatikvah, which was just like, wow, like that doesn't happen in London. And it just felt very uplifting. And yeah, it was great. And so then we walked back to mine because in the end I'd offered to host Breaking the Fast. So I'd got loads of deli stuff, and everyone's really fussy about what they like in their Israeli salad. So I basically did a deconstructed version where there was a bowl of cucumber, bowl of tomato, bowl of pepper, bowl of onion. Everyone could just make their own salad. And we had tuna and cheese and just all deli, smoked salmon, like all deli stuff, and challah and bagels and pitta, just like we have at home. And everyone breaks the fast differently as well. I mean, I usually break my fast on egg mayo and matzah, but that's just our family's weird tradition. So this year I did it on egg mayo challah, which is near enough. And yeah, we just had a really, really great Yom Tov, I have to say. I'm very excited to be in Israel next year for Yom Kippur, please God. So yeah, I think we kind of got the hang of it in the end. And I think, trying to find what shul we like, that was an adventure in itself. And I'm not sure, maybe we'll go to another different one next year. I don't know. I quite liked walking around and going to the different shuls and seeing different people as we went. So yeah, it was just a really good Yom Tov.